Yeah. Yeah, sounds really good.
Oh, hey!
Oh no, gotta go back to work.
Well, thanks
I
for
wonder if,
stopping by, I
yeah,
guess.
thanks for stopping by. It's funny, the video is full screen, but it should be a little narrower. Is Montana less smoky now? We found we had to get past Minnesota to get really clear skies. It was so smoky. Yeah, even in Minnesota.
Yeah, almost on the border with Wisconsin. Like, it
Yeah.
was really crazy.
It's kind of weird at first because you're talking, but nobody's talking back. And then sometimes nobody says anything. Oh, good, good. Weather's getting cooler. There's still so many CDT hikers right now out on trail. We followed a couple on YouTube, and looks like their ETA for finishing is October, like October 7th or so. That's crazy. 60s.
60s.
That's great.
Much better than the hundreds that you had.
Yeah, here it's 80. Like today was high in the 70s. Pretty high. Too hot for me. And it's humid. And there's cicadas buzzing everywhere. I don't know if you could hear them. We have lav mics on to try to reduce the cicada background noise, but I try to use a mic, shotgun mic, but it was picking up way too many cicadas everywhere.
It will be nicer in Germany. That's not there yet.
Yeah, a little delayed on my screen.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Also rainier.
Yeah. We're going to northwest Germany up in like by Netherlands, so it's going to be rainier, darker, and cooler. Definitely darker. We gotta look up the times, see what to expect when we get there.
Yeah, probably 5 o'clock.
Yeah, much further north. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Good old days. Yeah. So far, just everyday backpacker.
Just?
Yeah, Tina's been wanting poke bowl every now and then.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, we thought about going to there's a Japanese restaurant on here that sells sushi grade salmon. So we could get it cut up into slices and bring it back and then just like cook brown rice and I don't know, ghetto make it together. It'll probably be good. Okay.
Enjoy the work.
Yeah, enjoy work. Take care. Yeah, we'll just sit here and talk to each other until it's early. Windy.
Do you hear that on the microphone?
I don't have any.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just feeling the wind, but I tested earlier. I think it's fine. Should be fine. No, I don't hear any.
Yeah, I guess it also was a little bit short notice.
Yeah. No. I hear wind sound, but it's not like the sound you get with the
better than most of the people.
Oh, William W. Welcome to the chat. We had Everyday Backpacker for a little while, but he had to go back to work, so it's nice to chat with him for a little bit. We actually met up with him in Billings, Montana a couple times, and in fact on the way here we met up with him again, so it was really nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
William says congrats.
Yeah, it's been a long hike.
Yeah, she was super tired all the time.
Yeah, so I'm still in recovery mode. Since in 2 weeks I did less than 1,000 steps, I guess. How's the season there?
We are in suburban Chicago, and it's high 70s, low 80s for a high tomorrow. So pretty warm, and it's kind of humid, really sunny, and we were first shocked when we got here because the sky is so blue because there's no smoke this far east. Like until Minnesota, it was smoky the whole time. So it's actually really nice and not smelling smoke all the time. We'll probably start a fire just to reminisce about the old smoky air days.
Yeah, a few times it was quite scary when I was sleeping in the tent. Suddenly in the middle of the night it started to smell like smoke. Just when the wind shifted, and it was just the smoke coming over from California.
William, where are you located and how's the weather over there? I think, by the way, that one of the neighbors is working up there. Seattle. Oh.
Oh, so that's a smoky area, I guess.
Yeah. I'm guessing from if the winds come from the west, it blows all the smoke out. Oh, it still settles in, huh? That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many fires out there. How often do you go out to Mount Rainier from there? So lucky you could see it from Seattle. Beautiful park. Okay.
Oh, that's good. Probably some rain. Well, that's
Oh,
really
one
good.
month.
Well, that's pretty good. Like half of the PCT is closed.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, that's true. Do you go out like collecting berries and stuff? Oh yeah, it's cloudy. That makes sense. Mountain Loop Highway. I don't know where that is. At too afraid of eating the wrong berries or fighting a bear for it? Yeah, we found some. I guess in Glacier we missed the blueberry season, so everything was small and shriveled. But we found a good patch of good ones actually. And it was every time she took a break, I got to stop and just like eat a bunch of berries.
Yeah, but not too many in general.
No, yeah, there weren't that many. A lot of thimbleberries and unknown berries. Maybe chokeberries is what?
Yeah, apparently the bears found more berries because the bear poop always had so many berries
Yeah,
in it.
the bears. It was always so full of purple berries. It's amazing. I guess that's what you get when you live there and you rely on it. And we're just a bunch of lazy hikers. Can't get off the trail too far. Leave no trace, of course. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the catch, right? Like, or
That's the catch.
where's Seattle even? Is it
very northwest corner of Washington,
Washington? Yeah.
just by Seattle.
Washington
Vancouver.
had so many berries on the
Washington.
PCT.
Yeah, the PCT along Washington.
Yeah. Here, everything has been already dried at like middle of August. Most of the berry plants, I guess.
Yeah,
Mostly.
yeah. Never here at all out there. The first bear I ever saw on trail was on the Wonderland Trail in Rainier National Park, actually. So that was nice. And it was a mom and a cub, so
And a juvenile.
a juvenile. Yeah, good times, good times. 6 bears in that trip. Oh yeah, in East Glacier, the videos be coming up, but like I was obsessed with finding bears this whole trip. But we got a lot of good video of grizzlies and black bears. But one grizzly in particular was right on the side of the road, and we pulled up, and she was like 6 feet away from the bear.
And it was a bit scary. We had the window all the way down, and if the bear had moved to the car, it was like 2 yards away, maybe.
Yeah, and he was on an incline. He probably could have jumped into the
And lifting the window would have taken way too long.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't seem to care about us.
Oh, Panhandle, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we walked, no? When we
Yeah.
did the loop. That was a
Part of
pretty
it,
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Tonight's video is me driving hours along a creek looking for bears, and then down more roads looking for bears. And I didn't. Well, I guess I saw one. You'll see tonight. But yeah, once we got to East Glacier, though, it was like bear after bear. It was great. In fact, there were sometimes it was like, oh, there's a bunch of people stopped over there. I know there's a bear there, but I gotta keep going.
Yeah, well, they're interesting, and I love to see them when I'm in the car.
Yes, but I feel like in a car it's too safe. It feels like there's no excitement in it. I don't know.
Yeah, also, they don't eat you when you're in the car.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was hoping to see a grizzly on trail, but honestly, we didn't see any grizzlies on trail, just black bear.
Which is a good thing.
Black bears. Yeah, really big, chunky black bears. But yeah, they were interesting. Oh, we stopped at a road and we were watching 2 grizzlies, and they were just like walking around, and it was fun. One chased the other way, and the other one would run, and it kept standing up and looking back, and he would run, stand up, and look back. But unfortunately, he kept looking away when he stood up, because bears look so cute. I wanted him to like turn towards us, and he's got the little arm thing going. Man, bears are so cute.
Oh, not afraid of people. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, the people not afraid. Yeah, the bear's not afraid of people. That's not a good thing. Yeah.
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 At the campground, where was that? In
Mini
Glacier?
Glacier. Yeah.
Yeah, there a bear was actually stealing food out of the trunk of a car.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, they had to put him down because
Yeah.
he knows how to get food and how to associate food with people. That's very sad.
Yeah, it took like a week, and they were waiting for the bear to come back, and then they put him down. But I guess that's how they keep the campground safe. Like there really hasn't too many incidences.
But then also in Western Washington, there are more people probably closer to the bears.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably more concentration of people, or like just the number of people out there. So yeah, I still want to get out to like west of Seattle. Which national park was that? Was it Acadia or Olympia? I get them mixed up all the time.
The one that's on the peninsula?
Yeah.
Olympia. Like on the opposite side of Vancouver Island?
Yeah.
Olympia.
Williamville, I'm sure you know, but a lot of big famous parks like Glacier, Yellowstone, or Yosemite have areas that are problematic because tourists have no wilderness ethics. Yep.
Actually, the rangers
Olympia.
in Glacier, they said they didn't have any incidents this year, or previous to the bear incident, I guess, because everyone was following the rules really well. Also in the backcountry. In Yellowstone, we saw there was the bear pole where you have to hang the food, and is it the trunk of the tree? Like the
trunk
on the trunk, the bear claws because the bear was trying to climb.
Yeah, I think Smokies too is really bad with bears. And yeah, it's Great Smoky National Park, Smoky Mountain National Park. But I think the concentration of black bears is higher than any other area. But yeah, so many people go there. I think we looked it up. It's one of the busiest national parks in the U.S. And of course, you get a lot of people that don't know anything about Leave No Trace or really anything. They just want to feed the bears. It's horrible. Pretty bad.
It wasn't there. What Crunch said. Wasn't there a place on the AT where they put a fence around the cabin and then people were? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was a shelter that they put a fence around the front because there was a bear problem, but it got worse because people were inside the fence feeding the bears through the cage, so they took the fencing out. Horrible. They'll probably just close the shelter then, when that happens, which is bad. Yeah, well. Wait.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. In the beginning, I watched a lot of AT videos. And I also hiked a loop in the Smokies a few years ago. And I went by a couple of shelters, maybe 3 shelters, but I forgot their names. But I went down to Fontana Dam as well, and it's actually a lot of fun. And it was 4 nights, and 2 of my campsites had bear warnings. And I even hiked at night. Didn't see a single black bear the whole time. I was by myself, didn't see anybody for like 2 days. No bears. It's so funny that I try so hard to see bears and it just never works out.
Because you try too hard. When you don't expect it, then they show up.
Gotta try harder, I think.
Well, that's good. Also,
Want any chance to take your trekking poles?
see, that's the way to go. It's better to use the bear spray, not to take out your camera when you see a bear.
William, it's so funny. We were hiking in East Glacier doing a 4-night backpacking trip, and I was in front, and I stop and I go, "Black bear!" And then later on, I turn back and she has her bear spray out, and she has the clip off already. And I'm just trying to film it, like, oh my god. The sun was in our face though, so it was difficult to film it, but that was a funny one.
Oh, what is akimbo?
Akimbo? Do it for the gram. Yeah, is that like Instagram? Yep. Sadly, I think a lot of thru hikers do it for the gram. That's their whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's most important.
Do a real.
Yeah.
I have 2 bear sprays now too, so if we go hike together, we can have 4 bear sprays.
Yeah, I guess I should take 2 so you can do your video.
I have hers and I had my own out there, so. Just for her, I even got rid of my expired bear spray. Maybe 3 years expired?
Yes, because as it says on the instructs, less effective when it's past expiration date.
Oh. William says, well, to be fair, I learned a lot about the CDT by watching y'all's
Oh.
Instagrams. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't leave a too bad impression because most of the pod was pretty hard.
Yeah, I guess the seals wear out, so eventually they could leak, or the spray won't be as strong because the propellant leaks out. So, yeah, it would be a bummer if you pull it out and it just goes like shoots. Well, we got new ones. Yeah, the CDT looks really hard. That's a lot of people who've all their trails. Almost every CDT hiker has hiked all their trails. They'll tell you many times, but they all say CDT's hiker or CDT's harder.
Yeah, but I think we also got a bit unlucky this year because we met people from Colorado, and they also agreed this year has been unusually rainy. That the weather has been especially bad.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
usually you have,
In Colorado.
you know, a few showers in the afternoon, and we just basically had rain a lot and
Every
a lot
afternoon.
longer, and sometimes thunderstorm at 11 a.m. That was way too
Yeah,
much.
early. Yeah.
Yeah, so people say it's much better hiking it in September. So I would recommend trying that.
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Then you get the fall colors.
Yeah, we were saying like Sobo might be better just because if you hit Colorado in September, it'd be a lot nicer,
Yeah,
a little
then-
easier, safer.
Maybe it won't try to kill you all the time.
Yeah. It's just getting through Glacier when there's still a lot of snow out there, but probably easier being able to handle a whole state than it is just a park. Half of Montana would be pretty high, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. Then you can pick the perfect season.
Yeah, well. But I think when you pick the times where you do the hikes, you can do the hikes when it's the best. Where like a through hike, you're forced to go through the whole trail, and you don't have a say of what season you go through. So you don't get to experience a lot of the areas in the best times, best weather, best foliage, flowers. So I think like doing it by sections is definitely a way to go. I mean,
Yeah.
to really enjoy it. Whereas a through hike isn't really, a lot of people think it's all about enjoyment, but it's a challenge of it. But a lot of people don't really accept the challenge anymore. So yeah, picking the times is super important, I think. Like when all the berries are out, are the best times to go hike up north. Yeah, Washington is super nice. Yeah, I still have to go do Goat Rocks again. I haven't been there
Oh yeah, you didn't see it,
since
right?
PCT. Yeah, because when I was up there, it was all clouds, and you couldn't see anything, and the clouds just went into snow drifts, so it just looked like it just kind of disappeared. I didn't even know it was that high up because I couldn't see down, so it wasn't scary at all. But
Yeah, and one day I really want to see the,
yeah,
what was the lake? The Crater Lake?
Crater Lake. Oh, when it's nice.
Oh, when you can
Yeah.
actually see the lake.
Yeah, I've
Without
been there a
the
few
smoke.
times. So
Sispos.
Sispus Pass. Huh? I don't even know about that one. Yeah.
We should memorize
Yeah,
that.
we
Like
should
we
look
will
that
go
up.
back there.
Sispus
I guess
Pass.
once we go to Olympic or Olympia
Yeah.
or however the
On the way there, yeah, we'll go by Goat Rocks. In fact, next year I'll be hiking the AT, and after that we're gonna just drive around the country. But if we head up to Washington, William, we should definitely contact you. And we can go on some hikes together. I'll be up front because I'm the one that wants to see all the bears.
Yeah, also by then you'll be the fastest.
Oh yeah, I might be pretty fast by then. Who knows? Or super slow because my knees are crap. But yeah, that'd be nice. Sispus Pass. If we all haven't gone, that'd be nice to see it together.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
Hey,
all right.
yeah. I spent like 2 hours removing rocks from my tires today. I got this rock removal tool for tires, and I just went at it, and I kept sliding the car back a little, get more rocks. I collected them all in a cup. I think I got 80. I haven't counted them yet because they're really dirty. But yeah, there was one on Amazon. It was like $10. It's a metal thing with all these sharp, pointy things. And I thought it's pretty dangerous, but it was amazing. You just like, whoop, pops the rocks right out, and no damage to the tires at all. Super safe, way safer than using a stick and forcing it. And my hands weren't just beaten up from it. Totally recommend it. But
I guess now there's no more gravel roads
my
here.
tires are so dirty. Yeah, I should measure the cup to see how many ounces of rocks I got. It's probably at least like 2 ounces in there. 1.5. Felt pretty heavy. And the sad thing is all the big rocks already flew off the tires from our trip here from out west. Because there were a lot of tires or rocks that were like in the groove, just even. So it actually wore the rocks flat from all the driving, but they disappeared. But I kind of wanted some of those. It's too bad. Yeah.
You didn't keep one, huh?
Yeah. I bet they're muddy too. William Deli says forest roads in Washington are totally not maintained. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there were a lot of parts of my tires that were just smooth because, yeah, less traction if you have too many. William says, how often do you maintain your tires? I used to have factory tires until just last year, I guess in this fall. But I got Cooper Discover XLT all-terrains then. So they only have maybe 8,000 miles at most right now. You can tell some of the tread's gone, but eventually, like, you'll just get less and less traction because the treads will shrink, and then you'll just have to swap them out. But it's considering they're about $240 each. That's almost $1,000. So I'll try to make it last. We'll see. I'm hoping they last at least another 20,000. We'll see. Maybe I safer. Once the tread wears down some, I'll just drive on not as muddy roads. But once you get new tires, I'm just gonna go crazy because you can go anywhere you want. But oh yeah, the benefit though of forest roads that are not well maintained is you're not gonna have all these fifth wheels and RVs and vans in some of those good dispersed sites. Or you might see them stuck somewhere. But yeah, if the roads are too good, there's just vans everywhere. It's crazy. Well, let me ask Tina, how did it feel to have a trail angel following you the whole trip?
That was perfect. No, I mean, that was like the 5-star through hike, I guess.
A 5-star through hike.
Full trail support. Like some people thought I go for the fastest known time.
Because I kept meeting. I had spare shoes in there. At one time, I had like 3 pairs of shoes in there.
I think the whole time you had at least 3 pairs of shoes in there. I think the maximum was 4 or 5.
Yeah, because in the beginning, her feet swole up, so we had to change shoe sizes. But we tried other. Here's a guy working. But we had to try other shoe sizes. So I wound up having like 3 different pairs of shoes, and it was crazy. But
yeah, I mean, but that really having Jay around helped in so many ways, like not only for the equipment, but also like whenever, I mean, something was hurting all the time, right? And then Jay like tried to reach me, like, I mean, I didn't ask for it, but one time, where was it, in Wyoming, suddenly I encountered ticks for the first time, and they're really not the nicest animals. And then the next day on the dirt road, suddenly there was Jay, and I thought it couldn't be true. And then I got my insect repellent. Yeah. Or when I had the infected toe, he came with full nursing gear and like disinfected everything, and it was pretty good. And I guess in Colorado especially, it was most important for the morale because the weather was just so bad, and I think nobody felt good, and that really helped too. And when it was especially bad weather and I was close to a road, we could just escape to somewhere warm and dry.
Yeah. At the end, she was hiking with another hiker named Crunch, and I had like 2 bags of his stuff, like his resupply bag and a bag of miscellaneous stuff and gear he didn't want to bring. And I had all her resupply and extra food and gear. My car had so much stuff in it for a while, but
yeah. But I think also this trail angeling, like all the CDT hikers benefited. Like Jay always gave out sodas to the other hikers, heard the stoves. You gave out the trash compactor bags when they needed it. You refilled their gas. That was one of the most important things, that you were refilling gas when you couldn't gas.
Yeah, we'd ask around in places where gas was hard to get. I would try, I'd offer to refill their tanks with what I have. But yeah, and Tina never had to worry about finding gas in town.
Never.
Which a lot of people always have that little anxiety because you never know, it could be sold out. But
and Jay always had the perfect spare part. storage in the car. Like one of my friends, her tripod broke, and then they had a new tripod. She's like, oh, how can I go 6 days without like recharging? And she's like, oh, I got another solar panel.
Yeah, I got a solar panel or extra battery bank. You could take it.
Yeah, or when you took Blitz his resupply.
Yeah, I took Blitz's resupply. Also, his solar panel was all busted up, so I gave him my backpacking solar panel, so he took that.
Yeah. And also in general, I could hike much faster because I never had to spend hours on the side of the road getting a ride. Like one thing less to worry about, right? And then in town, I was super lazy. I never had to walk half a mile or a mile to a supermarket. We were just driving, so that was super nice.
Yeah, that's annoying when you're in town for a 0 or something and you have to walk a mile to a grocery store and they carry all of it back. And it limits like what you can buy to eat in the hotel room too, so it's yeah,
and especially in the end I was losing too much weight, and like this I could always have some of the good foods in the car, and then at least like that we always had good resupply, so it was more
things that are hard to find in smaller towns. Groceries, because all the smaller towns, I think they know hikers want tuna packets, but they always get tuna in water. But I think tuna in oil is the best bang for the buck because you don't have to carry that extra water. For the same weight, you get like almost double the calories, so well worth it. So I always bought a ton. When I found out she liked them, I just every time I saw them, I just bought a bunch, because especially in the middle, I mean, you're gonna eat them, so I might just buy a whole bunch and carry them with. So
yeah, and we finished it up very well. I think we ended up without
we used them all
any
up.
resupplies.
Yeah. During our 4-night backpacking trip in East Glacier, or Glacier National Park, we ate off the rest of our backpacking food. And Crunch also gave us the leftover food he had, and we just ate all that too. So it was actually really good. Great backpacking trip. Groceries. And just heavy things like you can get juices and stuff like that. You can't get that when you're carrying it yourself. So how hard was it to get permits for East Glacier?
Oh, we got lucky. When we got there, we were ahead of the bubble. I was following the other hikers on Instagram, so I knew everyone was at least behind. And I already saw they're grouping up in big bubbles, so that was scaring me because I knew the permits could be hard to get.
Yeah.
But when we got to East Glacier, there were just 3 other hikers, and nobody went our direction. They already had permits. They went southbound. They were section hiking. And then when we, what time did we leave to get the permits? I think it's 6.
Yeah,
I think we left East
6,
Glacier at 6 to get the permits at 2 Medicine, and there was just one group ahead of us, which is pretty good. So actually, we for the finishing of the CDT, we were getting the first choice itinerary, and also when we got the permits at Many Glacier, we got the first choice itinerary.
Yeah, the other good thing is, if you're in East Glacier, there's like a small grocery store, and there are restaurants, and there's shelter and showers. So if you wait at East Glacier and you get to drive to 2 Medicine, you can apply for your permit. Like, we were worried that the first night we won't get it, then we could just try again the next morning. But if you walk to 2 Medicine, which is 10 miles away, which most hikers have to do, they stay at the campground and each morning try to get permits. But there's nothing there, so you're just stuck in your tent. And I don't even know if there's a little grocery store there.
That should be a small store.
Yeah.
However, it's super important to track the people.
Yeah.
Because we got our permits at Many Glacier for our post CDT hike.
Yeah.
Usually people go to Medicine because it's less busy, but then by that time the hikers were piling up and there were 9 people in front of them, and people were really getting in trouble. And after we did our additional backpacking trip, we went back to East Glacier just for one more night. And it's been crazy. The place where we stayed, where previously we saw 3 other hikers, there were 30.
Yeah.
And everyone was trying to get permits, and it was a little bit crazy. People had to do creative itineraries, hitching out, going to the Sun Road and stuff to make it, or some people were going without permits, which I really wouldn't recommend because I hope the rangers are checking it a lot.
Walk-up permits aren't that bad, but you have to, if you're gonna go yourself, you have to be aware of the CDT bubble and stay away from 2 Medicine, because that's where they all go. And there'll be 2 rangers in each ranger station applying for your permits. So if you're 3rd in line at 2 Medicine you're third to get your tickets, or you'll be second because the first two will go through. Well, if you go to Many Glacier, there's hardly anybody there waiting. So even if there's 10 groups in Two Medicine and you're third at Many Glacier, you'll still beat the third person, or you'll be tied with the third person at Two Medicine.
At least early September. That's how it was.
So, yeah, it's actually not too bad. I would say as long as you know what campsites you want and the miles you can do, and you're flexible with your miles, it's actually not bad. And if you ever go to East Glacier, or if you ever go to Glacier National Park, or if you ever want to, I'd say go for it. It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
totally recommend it.
When I was finishing from East Glacier to the monument, we just backpacked it in 2 nights.
Yeah.
In 2 nights.
Yeah.
So that was really quick, but it was okay because the weather was really bad, but it was so beautiful. So I was super happy that I got another trip with Jay.
Yeah.
Just you have to be flexible with the permits. We had some days that were 8 miles a day.
Yeah, we had 8 mile and a 9 mile, but you get to sit around then. And Tim from Under the Mango Tree says, congratulations on finishing the CDT.
Thank you, Tim from Under the Mango Tree.
Mango trees, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah, Washington's got. Oh, Tim, so speaking of mango trees, I have this funny story from in the Marines, I gotta tell you. So we were stationed doing an exercise with these Thai Marines, and they were standing around and they were just eating, and then me and another guy, we talked to him briefly, we couldn't talk to each other exactly, but anyway, he grabs a machete and just walks off into the woods, and we're like, oh my god, I hope he doesn't kill something and bring it back here. We were just looking at each other, but he came back with a bunch of mangoes, and we're like, whew, thank goodness. I thought he was gonna get a monkey and cut the head off like in the movies, eat some brain or something. That's what we both thought, because we watch, Indiana Jones and stuff, so. Yeah, fortunately it was just a mango tree he went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington is so much.
Yeah, it's great to live in those states, no? Not in Illinois?
Yeah, Illinois, don't come here, there's nothing to see here. Except trees. Yeah, mangoes are better than monkeys. Yeah, there's cicadas here. One of the largest cicada broods come up in northeastern Illinois in a few more years. Well, 2024, 3 more years they'll be here.
Yep.
So if you really like loud, annoying bugs that fly everywhere and get everywhere,
it's a place to go.
Northeast Illinois is a place to go.
2024.
Yeah, Brood 13. Every 17 years they come out. Oh, yeah, I heard that the 13-year cicadas are coming out in southern Illinois that year too. So that year, 2024, there's going to be cicadas all over Illinois. It's going to be really loud. I don't know if you can hear them. We have lav mics. We're hoping to not pick them up because they're further away, but...
Yeah, like those from that tree, they stopped at least.
Yeah, they fly around and they make more noise, but... Yeah, I had a shotgun mic up here originally, but it was picking up everything. The cicadas were louder than we were, so...
I guess now it's getting windy.
Down to the lav mics. Yeah, it's fine. Now, hopefully you can hear us much better. We're in nature. Nature. Yeah, we've been eating a lot of takeout here too. Tim says there's good hiking here on I have no idea how to pronounce it. Kauai?
Kauai? Is it in the Hawaiian islands?
Hawaii. Makes a good break from winter weather.
Yeah, I wish we could go there.
Yeah. There's a bunch of national parks in Hawaii I'd love to go to, but I haven't even considered it just because of the cost to fly out there and then trying to get to all the parks. But once Tina works a little harder and gets paid more for work, she'll take it.
Yeah, right? Just have me go back to full-time.
Yeah, go back to full-time. We'll go to Hawaii. But yeah, I didn't even know there was hiking in Hawaii at all until after I started hiking, and I saw some pictures of the big ridges where I guess some lady died one year. It's all knife edge. It's crazy. But at the time I thought it'd be too scary, but I think I would enjoy it now. I think I would enjoy it. When is Peter? Welcome, Peter. We got William, Tim, and Peter now. Peter said, when is Tina's next long hike?
Yeah, I don't really know that yet. So first I just need a very long break from hiking just to recover, I guess.
People have been asking her a lot actually since you finished, or near finishing. People have been asking like, well, what's your next hike? What's your next hike?
Yeah, or even people say if you do 2 long hikes, then you must do the third one.
Yeah.
But I just don't see that I have to do that one. Especially the AT is quite busy. There's so many people out there. And there are not so many long hikes, I guess, on Earth that you can safely do.
And she hates rain.
I was considering the one in New Zealand, but I don't like wet feet so much. And there you constantly walk through the water.
Yeah.
Like you always have wet feet. I mean, I guess waterproof socks can only help you so much.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure.
Yeah, she doesn't like rain, so the AT may not be the most enjoyable. And she doesn't like being cold, so she won't start super early. So then she'd be in the bubble with crowds and
Yeah, I don't like cold and rain,
Cool.
so that's gonna be tricky.
and maybe Sobo, but there's still so many people on AT. Tim says, so far COVID, we're doing okay. Hospital isn't overwhelmed. Most people, 70% are vaccinated. Washington's doing really well.
No,
Isolated,
it's
70% plus
it's not
are vaccinated.
Washington, it's Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's why it's easier, because
Yeah.
it's true, right? If you want to visit one of the islands, you have to make a test, so you cannot just island hop.
Yeah. You control the vaccination. Yeah, I wish more people would get vaccinated, but it's up to them. Escape to Hawaii. Yeah. Yeah, they're still doing better. For a while, weren't they like not letting anybody in Hawaii?
Yeah, they had special rules.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's been a long time now.
But rules are changing so much, it's so hard to keep up with all the travel
Yeah.
restrictions. I'm happy I made it to the US, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we both got vaccinated in late April, early May, so we got the Pfizer. Yeah. Illinois is okay. Will and Deli says Washington's vax rate is pretty mediocre, but yeah.
I think Germany is at 67% now, which is remarkable considering for the longest time we had the shortage on vaccination dosages.
Yeah.
Even more ridiculous why we're not allowed to enter the US, because
Yeah.
we have higher vaccination rates than you guys.
Yeah. Oh, after we got back here at my sister's, we actually went to go get a COVID test too. I don't know if had either of you taken the Shield test or heard about it. They give you a little vial and you have to spit in it, and you have to get like that much spit. It's kind of like this pinky size, that much spit. It took forever. As soon as we started, I was gonna try to race her to beat her, but she beat me. And I was like trying to visualize jalapeno peppers and stuff, but didn't work out. I think next time I was telling Lisa, my sister, that I'm gonna bring peppers with me so I could just like stare at them or bite. I guess you can't bite them, but I don't know. It's pretty funny, but we're negative, so. Which is a good thing. We didn't want them to all go into lockdown.
Yes.
Yeah. My niece has a homecoming dance coming up soon, so she would not have been happy
She would
now
not have
that she
been
got
happy
her
at all.
dress that we say, no, you can't go.
Oh, there is a question already, but it didn't pop up.
Yeah, it's a
That's
little delayed on my screen. Peter asks.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Peter asks, can you fly directly to Germany or do you have to fly to an intermediate country first?
Well, as of today,
As of today, it changes.
as of
often.
today, US is just a high-risk country, which means you can enter if you have proof of vaccination of the in Germany approved vaccines, which is Pfizer, Moderna, and the Johnson one, or
AstraZeneca,
or AstraZeneca, but you don't do that, I think.
Yeah.
And then, or you can show a negative test. Yeah, everything is high-risk country. They had different categories, but now they just have high-risk country. There is no risk country, there's just high-risk country. My big concern is that within the next few weeks, they may put the US in virus variation country, which would be worse, because then you cannot
Yeah.
enter Germany if you have been, I mean, I could because I'm German citizen, but Jay
Yeah.
couldn't because we will have been in the past 10 days in Germany. then I would have to send him first somewhere
Yeah.
safe from where you can enter Germany at that time. But of course, the rules can always change. So
Yeah, we're flying early October to Germany. But yeah, if they change the rules, we'll go to Croatia again for a couple of weeks or something before I go into Germany, and that'll be allowed. But we also have, they allow partners. Like, we have to prove, like last time we had to have this little folder documenting like pictures of me in Germany. You had to have been in Germany for a while. So we had pictures of me here and there in Germany.
yeah, we had to prove that Jay
Yeah.
actually has been already in Germany before.
Yeah.
So we had to bring pictures of us having lunch at my grandma's place and
Yeah.
drinking a tea and stuff, because we haven't really been to famous sites. So
Yeah.
how do you prove that you've been to Germany visiting your girlfriend
Yeah.
to the
We had
immigration officer? They enjoyed
some.
seeing the pictures though.
Yeah, we had some pictures with things in the background that were obviously in Germany, I think. Yeah, come to think of it, my sister and her family, they were at Disney World. I wonder if we could have gone to like Germany and Disney World, like in Epcot Center, little Germany, and take pictures and be like, oh yeah, this is us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope at least with the unmarried couple exemption, we should be able to make it.
Yeah, I think with that, the unmarried couple thing is what should get us in. I think we'll be
Yeah.
okay.
And
though.
we'll immigrate together, so that can also be helpful.
William says this is where doing it for the green
Yeah.
comes in useful. Yeah, yeah. I
Oh.
wish we took more pictures with like big landmarks
I know. Or when we went to the carnival, you
or
know.
the big lighthouse
Yeah.
in the border. That would have been obvious. Yeah,
Yeah,
Carnival.
because people know that from TV.
I take pictures of her, she takes pictures of me, and then we got not that much together.
Okay.
Tim's
Bye, Tim.
saying bye. Time we're off to work. Everyone's got work. 1 minute commute via Zoom. Remember to, if you're wearing underwear, just remember to don't stand up. That's all. That's my advice to you.
Yeah.
Don't stand up. All right. See you later, Tim. Have fun at work. Oh, that's right. I wonder what time do you think they're in Hawaii? 5:40. It must be like noon or something. Maybe a lunch break.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't do too many pictures in front of famous sites because I'm living in a small town. And even if we took pictures there, the immigration officers in Frankfurt probably wouldn't know anything about it.
William says, is it possible to hike in Germany at this season or no?
I mean, depends on where you want to hike. Like there's most of the good hiking is in the Alps, which is in southern Germany.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm 900 kilometers away from that in the north.
Yeah.
I guess if you're lucky, you can do it until mid-end of October. Could be rainy. But now everything is a bit more difficult. Like usually it was so nice to stay at the huts, but now everything is overcrowded.
Peter says, well, Tim says, good advice, wear pants, teaching class for the next 3 hours. Yeah. Or if you don't wear pants, just stay seated. That's the important thing. I remember when I worked at home from work a long time ago. Yeah, I just have a shirt sitting in my boxers. I live by myself. Okay. Peter asks, any kayaking plans before you leave the U.S.? No kayaking plans. We're just a few weeks. We're actually going to go to an Airbnb up in near the Upper Peninsula next week, just to enjoy the quiet, peaceful, and like watch the fall colors up there. So it'd be nice. And but no kayaking plans now. It's all dry and cleaned up, so I'm gonna put it in storage until I get back. That little tuk tech actually worked out really well, though. I was really glad I had it. It was fun, actually. Peter asked, where in the UP? It's going to be a little southwest of there, but we are going to drive up to Pictured Rocks and just do a little bit of hiking there, just to check out the waterfalls. Nothing too crazy. We're not going to go backpacking or anything like that. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much while we're up there. But yeah, there's a little cabin we're going to try to rent. So.
Oh yeah, that will be a new state, right? Is it Michigan?
Gabby, Michigan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, new state for her. So far this year she got all the CDT states.
Yeah, but I've visited them before, so
All of
they
them
don't
before?
really count.
Yeah. And then after Montana, she got South Dakota, Minnesota, and actually those are the only two new ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Shouting out with Wisconsin for her. But we're going to drive through, no, we're not going to drive through Indiana. No, you're not gonna
No,
get
that's in
Indiana.
the south.
Yeah. I really enjoy the drive from here heading up towards the UP because you just drive along Lake Michigan for a lot of it. It's quite beautiful.
Ooh, how many states?
Peter asked how many states has Tina visited so far?
I guess California, Oregon, Washington,
Yep.
Nevada,
Yep.
and then New
Arizona,
Mexico,
New Mexico,
Colorado.
New Mexico. Wait, did you say
No,
Arizona?
let's do first CDT. New Mexico, Colorado,
Okay.
Wyoming, Montana,
Okay.
and then Arizona,
Yep. Utah.
Utah,
Have you been to
Iowa.
Idaho?
Oh yeah, Idaho. It's Idaho.
You been there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else is between
That's really it.
the CDT and the east? And I guess
That's it.
then
Illinois.
Dakota,
Yeah, South Dakota. Minnesota.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and New York State.
Oh, New York State.
16
That's right.
and 17. Connecticut. We stayed there one night. I stayed there one
Oh.
night, but I don't want to count it because it
Right.
was just one night.
That's actually pretty good for a non-American. Even for an American, I'd say that's a good amount of states.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything
So-
of the East Coast except for New
Yeah.
York City. So
Yeah.
still a lot to see there.
Yeah, my Google timeline shows the West just everywhere, but the East is really empty. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of places in the East soon. Yeah, America is huge. Yeah.
And I
it's-
lived for a couple of years in Los
So
Angeles,
much.
so that's why I saw way more of the West, less
Yeah.
of the East.
Yeah, I still have plans. Like at some point, I'd like to spend a few months just in
Oh.
one state for a while. Which states has Jay not visited? Unfortunately, a lot of the eastern states. I've driven through a lot of states because I drove down to Louisiana a couple times. So I've driven through them all, and I've driven through a lot of states going to North Carolina where I was stationed. So I've been to like Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, but I haven't been northeast. I've just been to Delaware, Washington D.C., and that was it. And that was when I visited there to run a half marathon and a marathon. But I haven't been to Maine, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, all those. New Jersey, kind of. I flew into New Jersey and went to New York, but I don't count that. So my,
That's too short.
so I like to look for I look forward to spending more time in those states coming up. It's gonna be quite nice. Yeah, a lot of time in North Carolina. A lot of Carolina. I really haven't been to Georgia at all.
It's supposed to be pretty, no?
Yeah. Been to Florida a bunch of times. Yeah, no Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. I only drove through, so I don't know. I got a long way to go. Been to Hawaii. Tina and I were hoping some year we could spend a whole season in Alaska, from like as soon as the snow's melt enough that we can go everywhere until the snows come, just to see it all, because there's so much up in Alaska. I think it's gonna take more than one trip really. There's so much.
Probably.
Hopefully we can get around to that. It would be ideal too if we could drive from here to Alaska. So hopefully everything opens up and that they let people drive through. So we'll see. And I'll have my bear spray again. You can have your bear spray.
Yeah,
I'll
we
have
should
it
have
with
a
me.
few extra in Alaska.
Few extra. She wants to go akimbo, like you said. Yeah, Alaska is like, yeah, it's one place I really want to go for a long time, but
Oh, there's another.
yeah, it takes a little while before it's delayed. We're looking down because I have my laptop here with the comments coming up. It's a little delayed, so when you type it here, like in my phone, it takes a while before it shows on my screen. The reason I'm doing this is because I can't see what's on the phone.
It's too small.
Last time I did a Q&A, I'd be like, over and over. But on the laptop, it's increased, so I could see it pretty good. William says, hopefully COVID actually ends. Yeah. I don't know if it'll ever end. I think people will cope, but I think things will open up, but it'll be around.
Yeah. At
Forever.
least this year was really nice hiking the CDT.
Yeah.
Everything felt kind of normal.
Yeah.
It was good to have 4 months of normality because
Yeah.
Germany, everything had been in lockdown when I left in April, and everything has been locked down since November.
Yeah.
It's been a
bad.
long time.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to enter the US directly without spending 2 weeks in Mexico every
Yeah.
time I want to come here.
Yeah. She was saying she'd like to visit me on the AT, but if she has to spend 2 weeks in Mexico each time she comes here, she you can only visit once, really.
I guess now I could also go to
So-
Canada. Canada is letting people in, but that's
Oh,
also
so 2 more
getting
weeks?
very expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it was really funny because when she showed up to Arizona after I finished the Arizona trail, like immediately everything was all open. Nobody's wearing masks. Restaurants were open, and you just came from Germany where everything was still pretty closed and
Everything was closed.
shut
yeah.
down. Like different world. Although we had way higher COVID numbers, I'd say. But
Oh, what's that?
Tina, do you know who you will vote for in the election?
Oh, yeah. Actually,
Wednesdays?
unfortunately, I cannot vote because I'm not in Germany, and even if I would vote using the letter system, I would have to be at my registered address. And sending mail back and forth to the US, in my experience, the mail never arrives.
Yeah.
I'm happy also that I cannot vote because we don't really have good options this year.
Yeah.
All options are bad. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, like there are bad options, and then there's the super right party. That's a terrible option. So that one, of course, not. But
Like everyone's getting sick and tired of the better of two evils type thing everywhere.
oh yeah, you know the AfD. Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, I'm a bit shocked they get so many votes each year. They shouldn't exist. Yeah, it's difficult. It will be exciting in Germany. What's going to happen? It's a big change. Like when Merkel finally leaves. Like she's been our chancellor for I don't even know how many years.
She'll get bored.
Yeah, she's done it just long enough, and she's reached her age, and she probably wants to do something else. Yeah, there are no good options. Also, they made the duels on TV. I just read the summaries about it, where the three candidates are like having the discussion. I guess we also have that on TV when the two.
Oh, the debates.
Yeah, the debates. That was just really bad. Like there's no real winner, and
Yeah. The world.
yeah. So I my only hope is that AfD will get no votes. Everything else, it's equal evils.
Yeah. Oh well. There's water here. Want some? All right. Yeah. Any other questions about CDT? Have you seen any rattlesnakes on the CDT?
Zero rattlesnakes.
No rattlesnakes at all.
Yeah, I just saw small snakes. I don't even know what snakes that were, but one time it was really cool. I was almost stepping on a snake, which scared me a lot. And then I looked down and there was this tiny snake. It was maybe this thick, but it had a huge mouse in its mouth, and it had really trouble moving because the mouse was way bigger and way too heavy for the snake. That was kind of neat to see.
Yeah, Peter asked, bears on the CDT?
On the CDT while hiking, I haven't seen a bear for probably 2,597 miles, but 3 miles before we reached the monument, a black bear mom and her cub were running across the trail.
You're so lucky. Like 3 miles before finish,
Like-
finally see one.
Really last minute we saw
Yeah.
them, and it was quite neat because they were far away from us. So even though it was a mom and her cub, it wasn't scary. It was a wide open area. We could watch them very well, and that was quite nice.
Yeah.
And then we saw bears. I saw bears twice when me and Jay and I
Yeah.
Jay-
And I.
Jay and I were driving in the car. One time we saw a small black bear, and then one time we were watching a grizzly for a long time, really
Yeah.
close up, which was
Yeah.
amazing because we could see him eat.
Have you seen wolves? Have you heard any?
It's hard to tell with all the
Yeah.
animals howling. I haven't seen a wolf. I have seen footprints. That's
Yeah.
as much as I could have seen, because it's always, people always say, oh yeah, it could have been a dog, but it was in Yellowstone, so theoretically there shouldn't be any dogs in Yellowstone.
In the middle of nowhere in Yellowstone.
So I'm pretty sure it has been wolf
It's big too.
footprints. And I showed it to a ranger and they agreed it has been footprints of the wolves. We camped in Lamar Valley, which is famous for the wolves, but we haven't seen anything. I mean, we saw a bald eagle. That was the biggest wildlife we've seen.
in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Then of course, you can't avoid the bison everywhere.
Yeah,
But
okay. Yeah.
I think the biggest surprise with wildlife is moose. Like, she wants to see a moose.
I've never seen a moose before.
And this was the first time.
There were so many moose on the CDT.
And yeah, and she saw a ton of them. Like,
And-
way more than I've ever
And
seen.
the first time I've seen a moose, it was really great. It was, I guess, it was also probably potentially dangerous, but again, there was a lot of space. So there was a mom and the calf, and I could, like, the trail was going up, so I could watch them for a while. That was really cute to see the mom with the calf. And later in the hike, one time we almost bumped into a big bull. That was quite scary. I was just walking, and then behind the bush I just saw the biggest antlers you could imagine, and me and the crunch that I hiked with, we were making just a lot of noise to make it go away, because I didn't want to walk 2 yards next to the big bull.
Yeah, that was the biggest
Especially
surprise.
not in the rut. The rut season was starting, I think,
Yeah,
because it was already September.
maybe early, yeah. Yeah. I had no idea there were so many moose out there. I've seen other CDT thru hike videos, and they've maybe seen a few, but
I've probably seen 12.
yeah, it's crazy. And I actually hiked with them on part of the CDT as they headed towards the Northern Monument, and we saw 2 just on that little segment we did together.
Yeah, we were super
Yeah.
early in the morning, and the moose were still sleeping. They were in the grass and still laying down. That's
Yeah.
really nice to see.
Yeah. Later on that day, at Iceberg Lake, I saw this huge moose, and he was just laying there. His head was up, and his eyes were closed, and he just sat there. Didn't care about anything in the world. But, yeah, lots of moose.
Yeah.
She didn't see any on the CDT, but we saw bighorn or mountain goats later during our 4-night trip.
And the bighorn sheep
and bighorn
ram.
sheep. Lots of bighorn sheep and a ram.
Yeah, and also for the bears, I must say, Crunch and I, we've made a lot of noise because we
Oh.
really did not want to run into a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
So probably we could have seen more. I really didn't want to see a grizzly.
Yeah, I usually don't make too much noise. Willem W says, how was the mosquito gnat horsefly situation throughout the trail?
It wasn't too bad. It was much better than in Oregon. Like on the PCT in Oregon, that was the
Yeah,
worst.
it was
Like they were
horrible.
just all around. I feel this mosquito season has been really short.
Yeah.
But also, I guess because it's been raining a lot, it was very windy. It wasn't bad at all, I guess.
Maybe
not on Wyoming.
Yeah.
I got bitten a bunch of times, but it wasn't terrible.
I'm thinking it's been a drier season overall. So like in Wyoming and Montana especially, that bugs
true.
didn't come out as much.
That's
Kind of
true.
lucked out.
What's a gnat?
A gnat's one of those little bugs, those tiny little bugs that get in your eyes and up your nose.
Oh, yeah, we call it.
They don't
what do
fly.
We call it?
but-
We call it thunderstorm animal because they come
Thunderstorm.
out before
Oh,
thunderstorms.
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't bite, but they're super annoying. Yeah. Well, horseflies though. Did you get any horseflies?
A few.
Yeah.
But
Not that much?
No.
No. I remember in North Carolina, we had them all over, and they were horrible. They would just come rip your skin off if you didn't chase them away.
No.
So,
No. I mean that's a good thing about the CDT, right? Not too many bugs this
yeah,
year.
just some ticks too.
But it was really just when I was hiking the basin.
Yeah, the basin area. But not too bad otherwise. it's
And they
good.
never bit. Those weird monsters.
Yeah, after she got some ticks on her in Rollins, we treated all her clothes and things with permethrin, so it was all pretty good.
Oh, osprey.
Peter asks, other big birds, e.g. osprey? Osprey is like a huge predatory bird. It's like bigger than an eagle, right? The pictures I've seen. They catch fish.
I find it really hard to identify the different types of birds. I mean, we've seen
No.
many predatory birds.
Oh,
Some of them are also big. I kind of can see when it's the turkey vulture, but especially when
Yeah.
they fly against the sun, I wouldn't necessarily know what it is. I mean, bald eagle is easy because it has
Yeah.
the white head.
yeah.
We've seen those. I will look what's an osprey. I don't think
But
we've
yeah,
seen
like hawks and falcons, we've seen tons of those, but I can't tell them apart. Even with like a good zoom, I couldn't tell them apart really. So, I don't know. Ospreys are
that. Whoa.
pretty big and they can catch fish. They make huge nests, so. I haven't seen any. I think I saw one osprey on the PCT. Maybe Northern California somewhere. I forget. But they had these huge nests in the power lines.
Oh yeah, we've
of the
seen
big
a
birds.
few nests of birds. I guess it was falcon. Like some of the places they had those artificial poles where the birds could
Yeah.
build their nest. And also maybe it wasn't a big bird, but like in the second or third week, just in the Gila River region in New Mexico, I was walking and there was a tiny, tiny owl sitting in the tree. That was
Oh, yeah.
pretty neat to see. Like it wasn't too high. It was maybe like this. It was
Lucky.
really cute.
Yeah, owls are so hard to see. They just blend in.
Yeah, I just saw it because it was moving its head like 360 degrees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Peter says saw an osprey in Yellowstone. One carrying a fish. Nice.
Wow, that's super nice.
Yellowstone, huh? I didn't know they were out there. One time this year, I was fishing in my kayak, and I didn't get any bites forever. And I saw a fish or a bird fly off with a fish in its hands, and I saw bald eagles near there earlier. So I thought, man, if they catch a fish, I can catch a fish. But I never caught anything. Horrible. Worst fisherman ever. My nephew's knocking on the door.
Yeah, that
Nice.
would be so cool to see one in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly,
Hi. It's my nephew
Oh, you are recording
and my
a
niece.
video.
We're doing a live stream. It's a question and answer with Tina. Uh-oh, he's coming over. Oh,
Hello.
that's Parker, my nephew. Yeah, Peter says time for Uno.
What did you tell them?
Thanks, Peter. Now we're gonna be playing Uno all night. There's a camera right there if you want to stare. That's my niece, Caitlin.
Hi.
She plays volleyball.
Hello.
I was hoping she'd be gone longer at practice or something. Is it time for eating already? 6 o'clock?
Yeah, Mom said she's
Yeah.
gonna go eat dinner soon.
Oh, we're gonna eat
Okay.
dinner soon? Yeah,
Well, she
unfortunately,
hasn't
time
gone
for
yet
dinner.
to pick it up.
Yeah, there's a camera so you can stare at the camera, Parker.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm reading the comments.
I put this up so I can read it because it's really big. Here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm reading comments right
It's-
now.
Any questions for these two hoodlums?
Wait, what if I go get my tablet and comment on the live stream?
It's a secret live stream. You have to have a link. Ah!
Wait, how do you get the link?
oh, you have to become
Is
Jay's
Jay the worst?
Patreon.
No. He is a,
William says
he
Jay the
is a
worst.
good uncle.
Worst uncle ever.
Yeah. No. He's okay.
I'm okay unless
5 out of 10.
unless I give him like a pick 4 in Uno and then they hate me.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
That's
5 out of 10.
That's not that good. But yeah, we're doing a question and answer for Tina because she finished the Continental Divide Trail. So yeah, so
Hello.
Bye.
okay. Yeah, go do your homework. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah,
I
secret
can
life.
stay. I can stay.
Parker, you gotta give me $1 and I'll send you the link. Yeah,
Barely.
homework.
Oh, when does Tina have to go back to work?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, that's why we go back home starting of October.
Yeah.
Mid of October, I have to start working again.
Yeah.
And everybody's still a bit weird. I haven't been in the office in 1.5 years now because everyone is still working from home since COVID.
Yeah.
Start to miss my coworkers.
the-
I haven't seen
the
them in
rat thing.
so long.
Rat fur.
Yeah.
Our microphones are actually on our shirts.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, but it will also be nice. Like after hiking, that was such a physical exercise,
Yeah.
and then I'm looking forward to using my brain again.
Yeah, you don't use your
Fine.
brain as much, so it's nice to be able to challenge your brain. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's why I
Looking
was
forward to it.
Where
liking the rummy cup so
I'm
much.
Where
gonna-
did you give the link?
I'm gonna-
'Cause I only see 2 people in the chat.
There's only 2 right now. I'm gonna be your house husband, basically.
Yep.
Housemaid. Is the guy a maid? I don't know.
I don't know. I think
No,
there's no
I think-
House
traditional
butler.
role.
Yeah, it's butler.
So I'll take care of everything else. So
Yeah, groceries, cooking, the cleaning.
yeah. Looking forward to seeing her family again, her grandma. I can't wait to see what her grandma says when she sees how skinny she's could become.
Yeah.
Woo!
We will get a lot of food at grandma's
Yeah.
place. A lot of
She
chicken
might
soup.
worry actually. And then yeah, we go see our cheese lady.
Yeah, we have a farmer's market, and Jay also used to go there. And there's a whole stand that's just selling really nice cheese. And I don't know, surprisingly enough, she's the person with the best English in my hometown.
Jay cook well?
What does Jay cook well? Well, we just cook together. I can eat anything, so when I cook, it's super simple and boring.
And I
Yeah.
also cannot cook very well, but luckily Jay will
Yeah.
eat anything.
Yeah, I like everything. But we cook pretty good food. I've liked everything we've cooked so far.
Yeah, but it's
so
very simple.
it's simple, but simple's good. As long as it's good.
But the question
We try to
was,
eat
what
healthy as
does-
well.
do
Oh, what
you?
does Jay cook well?
And
I cook
not-
ramens well.
Yeah, but it's very simple.
No,
Yeah.
really, I don't cook anything well. I cook steaks for Tina on trail. We
Yeah.
barbecued a steak. Steaks I can do. That's about the only thing.
But back home you did the pasta.
Yeah, pasta. We
A few times the
Hot
sunny
dogs?
side up eggs
Oh, yeah, I
and
can
the
cook
spinach.
eggs. Scrambled different types of eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cooked hot dogs for her.
Yes.
Maybe 3 times.
Yeah, the hot dogs have been heated very well.
Yeah,
No complaints.
no complaints. Had all the condiments. So that's really, I don't really cook much else. No. We do a lot of scrambled eggs.
What's with your mouse on the side when it's supposed to be in the center?
It's centered with the keyboard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess it's time for dinner now. We ordered Chinese.
Get out.
They're at the patio door. So we might get going. Thanks, Peter, William, for hanging out. William, it's been good.
Goodbye.
Good luck in Seattle. Parker says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Peter, take care. Where are you from? Is Peter from Hawaii or was it Mango guy?
No, the
Yeah.
mango was from Hawaii.
Mango tree guy. Peter, where are you from?
Oh, thank you.
Have fun in Germany. We will. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Sept.
We're gonna try to travel around Germany and try to visit some friends before they do a lockdown again. So, yeah, hope so.
All right. Yeah, we really need to go for dinner though.
For dinner? You're
Yeah.
hungry? Oh yeah,
Especially Parker. We
William.
can start
Yeah.
washing the hands. All
Take
right.
care.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Take care.
Oh,
California.
California.
Oh, so nice. Oh, I guess
Wait,
except
what?
for all the fires now.
I grew up in Michigan.
Michigan. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we might hit the
Okay.
Upper Peninsula. I don't know if you were here when we mentioned it, but we'll go up there in the picture drop area, and in a week. So.
The actual track
Okay.
that shows up on the camera actually is delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed.
Yeah, we
because-
noticed that.
Anyway, take care. You have a good night, and
Bye.
thank you for coming. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Wait, this has been 1 hour.
It's live. It's an hour.